everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sisters Talk Chisme. I'm your host, Daniela, and with me I have...
Kelly. Michelle.
Yay! So, obviously, it's been a hot second since we've been back. I think the last episode that I uploaded was actually a vlog from Lollapalooza. So, it's been definitely a couple of weeks. I will say, fortunately and unfortunately, we have lives and we have things going on. And it's been a busy month of August. So there wasn't a lot of time for us to do podcast. But hopefully we're back on it a little bit. Again, we do have our lives. So sometimes we may or may not post 1 week, which we try our best to be very consistent. But ultimately, again, we do this just for fun and whenever we have time. So it is what it is. So that's what I just wanted to let the audience know that we've been MIA, but we're still alive.
Yeah, we have lives, so yes.
Especially Michelle. She's been the one that's been MIA.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I have.
I mean, when was the last time? I think...
I honestly can't remember.
I think because me and Kelly did a mukbang.
Yeah.
And then we did a vlog. And I mean, it's been a couple episodes since you've been on.
Yeah.
I think for the P1 Harmony concert, I think.
Really?
Oh,
I think that was the last time, like in May.
Yeah, like in May, and then we did the mukbang, and then kind of like
because then we did the vlog, and then that's it.
disappeared.
It's definitely been a hot second. That's for sure.
Oh, I will want to update you guys because I know that I think the last time I definitely was talking about my dog, and I never updated. Well, I think on the vlog I think I did, but not on the podcast. So last time we were talking about Ringo, and it was in May, and he was acting kind of funny, and he was like not acting like himself, throwing up and all that stuff. I can't remember all else, like I said, but update is that he has sadly passed. More like I had to put him down. Because I found out that he ended up having cancer, and it was a big tumor. So it's like, yeah, no. And plus, the dude was like almost 15. So yeah, and I can't believe it's been a couple months already. So
Yeah, it's been the whole summer, I guess.
yeah,
Did we just not do any podcasts in the summer?
yeah, I don't think so. Well, I think
Is that a sneeze or
I don't know what it was.
okay.
It was something.
I feel like you guys did do a podcast, just I wasn't in it.
I remember we did a Lollapalooza tips. Me and Kelly, tips and
we
tricks.
did tips and tricks.
That was a fiasco because we didn't have the equipment, so we had everything. It was just a lot of editing for sure. But well, that's good for your life update. Thank you for updating us on
Your sad news of life.
No, it's
all right.
It's
I have moved on, as you can tell. I am okay.
well,
Yeah, it's been like 3 months, so
it's been
moved
hard.
on.
But
Oh, I also did an update of people who are wondering because I don't think anyone knows about this bacanela.
oh no,
Oh yeah, dude, that's something. Okay,
it's not like anybody was wondering.
Well, yeah, no one was wondering.
More cheese, man.
More cheese, man.
animals.
Well, my poor Locanela turns out that she has epilepsy seizures.
Epileptic seizures.
Epileptic
She has epilepsy.
seizures.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Dog epilepsy.
Yeah, and it turns out that it's from stress. So poor little baby girl, we have been stressing her out to the point that she has seizures, and now she's on medication for life.
Yeah, but luckily we've gone through a lot of taking her to the vet and just trying to figure it out. And we were able to, thankfully get medication for her and get it fixed. I mean, not fixed, but handled.
Sorted out.
Right. And I think it's like sometimes important to like let other people know out there because I mean, they're kind of like sometimes they freak out on what to do like when their pets get sick or anything.
Right.
And not gonna lie, it was expensive. Everything was kind of out of an emergency. I didn't know really what to do. I called the vet, flipped out. Luckily, weirdly enough, I don't know why, but I've seen this on TikTok before. And that's why I knew there were seizures because I'm like, no, I've seen this before. Let's take her, let's call the vet. Let's do all this and that.
Yeah.
And turns out, sadly, that she does have to be on medication. We've narrowed it down to she had to take like a lot. Well, like it was just literally 2 forms, but it was like 3 times a day and it had to be scheduled. And so that was kind of hard because everybody works. I mean, no one can be at home giving the medication on this set time. Luckily, Kelly was here. The whole entire shout out to Kelly. Like, thank you, Kelly. If it wasn't for you, I was not here. Obviously, I was out trying to figure out life.
Yeah, we had like. I also had to work, but we get breaks. We get lunch breaks, and I always had to be like, "Can I get first shift to get lunch?" And I felt bad because I feel like people thought that I was lying and stuff. I'm like, I'm not lying. I need medication for my dog. Hi, baby. Medication. But
yeah,
I was just like, whatever. Fudge y'all. I'm leaving my dog. You know.
I mean, she was here for the summer, so that's why me and Michelle were not here, so that's
and if you can hear the little jinglies thingies, it's her.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear it or pick it up, but if you do,
that's her. That's the thing that kind of made me feel bad is that, like, you know, Kelly had to do that, and basically I was like, hey, Kelly, can you go do this, can you go do that? She had to call off, and she had to go call off, and I felt bad because I feel like, you know, like you said, people probably thought that you were lying.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you weren't, and all that. Like, I had some people say, oh, it's just a dog. Sorry, she's over there like sniffing around. It's kind of weird. Anyway,
she's probably hungry.
But yeah. Oh.
2 minutes.
That's why.
2 minutes.
Sorry, we have to give her medicine at a scheduled time, so.
And she knows when, and that during that scheduled time, we give her food,
right.
So she knows it's time for.
Okay, for a short break, I will be gone. Goodbye.
She needs to go prep the food, so.
Yeah. As you can tell, it's very, very important to take care of your animals.
I guess we didn't really schedule this on time when we were recording it, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. Luckily, it's only once a day now.
Yeah, once a day. So.
No, there was one that literally had to be at like 4 a.m, and my poor dad had to wake up and give it to her.
Yeah.
And it would obviously disrupt his dream because he would be like getting up and then he couldn't go back to sleep.
Right.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it was rough, but like I said, we're getting it handled. We're getting it figured out. It's something new that we have to do, and it's fine because it's for her, and we're okay with that. So,
yeah, we love her.
We love her
Lots.
enough to. We love all our dogs, but unfortunately, you know, as they get older, that's one thing that I think about with pets is I always tell Michelle that people never think about the part where you have to let them go, because ultimately, you know, dogs do kind of go before humans most of the time, pets in general. And there's the
alarm.
There's alarm for her medicine. So yeah, it's really that part of letting go. I know a lot of people deal with like the loss of their pets, and it's something hard that people don't talk about because you know who, that TikToker who lost her dog too.
What's her name? The little guy,
Nimbus? That's his name, but I don't know her name.
I don't know her name either.
So sad. No, the TikToker, she, obviously I really feel for people who, because we've gone through it, about their pets, because her story was a little different because, you know, coyotes ended up eating her dog, and it's something that, like, again, it's just really hard to deal with because even though people don't think, I mean, pets are like your family.
Yeah. She's over there munching away, poor girl.
And it's hard to deal with, but I don't want to get too much into like sad topics because this isn't like, I don't want to make anybody sad, but yeah, so that's a little bit of our life update, a little bit of our pet situation. But another thing that happened recently, which on more exciting news, we went to a lot of concerts this August. Yes. We went to quite a few, actually.
Yeah, we have.
But we didn't record a lot.
No, we didn't record. I think the only one we recorded was Lollapalooza.
And
even then, P1 Harmony, when we recorded it, the Lollapalooza one, that was just me recording like randomly bits and pieces. If you go see it, you'll see that it's really me narrating it a lot because I had said that we were gonna talk about it on the podcast. That one's a bigger topic to talk about because so much happened at Lollapalooza. But we also had other concerts that we went to. We went to AT's.
Yes.
Yep. Me and Kelly went to Fuerza Regida. So it's a Latino artist that we also Latino/Mexican artist group that we went to go see, and then me and Michelle went to see Aventura, which is another Latino artist
Yeah.
group. They're like groups, so it's like really
Yeah.
weird. But yeah, so we went to that. So that was really fun.
Yeah, so we don't just listen to K-pop for those people
Yeah.
coming after me. Sorry, I know it's getting a little out of hand, but some people who watch the podcast, they're like, oh, you know, it's you always talk about K-pop, and I always bring up K-pop because respectfully, not to be rude, but this person is white. So it's like, what am I gonna be like? Oh, I listen to his Latino music. It's like, you obviously know.
It's like obviously.
It's like, duh.
It'd be kind of weird if you didn't listen to your own music.
It's like
Right.
I mean, you grew up on that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we didn't grow up on K-pop. We didn't just like listen to K-pop our whole lives. We listened to like Latino or Mexican music our whole lives. So of course we're gonna love that music.
Yeah.
Right.
Aventura is an older group that we liked since we were very young. I mean,
Yeah.
it was very popular. Poppin'. If you know, you know. They are someone that we went to go see. Fuerza Regida is more of a new now. And again, we don't just listen to K-pop. We listen to all kind of music. It's just that K-pop is one of those that has a little special place in our heart.
Keep us going.
And that I just really love and enjoy. So, yeah, I mean, people can judge if they want.
Yeah,
Don't
for
worry.
real. Yeah. Judge me all you want. Like, and after Lollapalooza, okay, a little spoiler, but obviously we didn't post it. If you see our vlogs, we didn't post any of the like the specific we were like specific videos, but in one of them we did get a lot of the members' attention.
We got interactions.
We did get a lot of
We
interactions.
got a lot of interactions.
So
but in general, I wanted to say about the ATEEZ concert. Since we had been going to a lot of concerts, I think we had a lot of high expectations for ATEEZ. I will get to Lollapalooza, but that's just like a lot to talk about and debrief. But with ATEEZ, I think we expected a lot. And I'm not saying that ATEEZ wasn't like a bad concert.
Right.
But it wasn't something that we expected. We were also very drained and very exhausted because ATEEZ was literally a week after Lollapalooza.
yeah.
And Lollapalooza was already a lot. And you can see by our video, our vlog. I think ATEEZ, we just had a lot of high expectations. I'm not gonna lie, I did cry.
Oh,
at the ATEEZ
yeah,
concert.
I cried too.
I don't know why I cried. I think most of it was because, I mean, ATEEZ was a group that I really like, and I still like, right? I really love them. But I feel like maybe I had some guilt that I really wanted to love this and love them as much as I love Stray Kids, but I didn't, and I don't, and I think that's okay. It's like some coping with like K-pop.
Yeah.
It's really
like
weird.
betrayal.
Betrayal. It kind of
Yeah.
felt like betrayal
Yeah.
a little bit. But we just didn't have the best experience. Also, we weren't like bougie like Michelle would say. Canela, please. We weren't bougie like Michelle would say for that concert. We didn't really get like the closest seats, but the seats that we got were still
They're
pretty
pretty
good
good.
because I think of the arena and maybe that's how it was like laid out. But it just wasn't the experience we thought we would have.
Yeah.
Well, it's because like usually for concerts, I'm the type of person to like always be like, oh, we gotta get like good seats. If it's not good seats, kind of don't want to go and pointless.
Right.
And this time we decided, you know, like, okay, let's get decent seats. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
they were all right. It wasn't up to my standards, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But like on a more positive note, I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
it was just a great experience overall. We cried. Well, me
Well,
and
yeah,
Mila.
yeah.
It was my first time doing freebies. If you don't know, there's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing that people do. They give out like little, like bracelets, keychains, things like that, photo cards, to like other ATs, which
Right.
were like fans. And it was my first time doing that, and we received a lot of freebies. And I was like, dang.
Yeah, we did. That was the
Yeah.
concert that
Yeah.
I did receive quite a few freebies.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Kelly. If you want to go follow her on her page, I'll go ahead and put it right here. Please go support her. She does a lot of stickers. She has stickers on her Etsy page. She has an Etsy, K-pop related, but maybe she'll have some other stuff on there. She's still working on it, but she did freebies. So
I did one Extraordinary Heroes on Etsy, and then the other one is Dirty Bubble from SpongeBob. Yeah, it was funny. But those are the ones that I have. Obviously, I am trying to get more. I'm working on that right now with the company. So hopefully bring out more designs.
Yeah.
Right.
With stickers. So.
yeah. So again, it's something that she likes to do, and it's something that we find really fun. So, and she finds really fun. So, really excited for that. But I'll link it down below if you guys want to follow her. But it was the first time like Kelly did her freebies, so we do have one more concert coming up. Okay, I know, guys. We need to stop. We really need to stop.
But hopefully we do vlog more on that one.
I'm hoping. That's my hope. No promises because we live in the moment, guys. I'm not gonna pull out my phone and just start recording. Okay, especially for I'm surprised I even did that for Lollapalooza.
I did regret a couple times not pulling out my phone and recording because that's when the interactions came in directly.
No, that is very true. I mean, if you like now speaking, I guess on Lollapalooza was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, we were so exhausted after Lollapalooza.
And we got VIP, so that's like...
Yeah, we did get VIP. So our VIP experience was the first time that we've gotten VIP for Lollapalooza. We went to Lollapalooza last year, as some of you may know, like I talked about before. We went to go see New Jeans last year when they were at Lollapalooza. But New Jeans was not headliners. This is our first time seeing headliners at Lollapalooza as well. So it was a little first of everything, I will say. Was it worth it? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It was
definitely worth it. I think for the amount of money that we paid for it, especially for VIP, I think it was worth what we got. I don't think anybody can say the same because ultimately, same thing like GA, VIP is also very much first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Which I knew, but I also didn't think it was going to be that bad until we got there. So basically our day goes, we are a couple hours out from Chicago, so we do have to drive there. We don't ever usually stay in Chicago because we want to save money and we're so close that we really don't have to stay in Chicago. So we did drive out to Chicago early in the morning to get there right when doors opened for Lollapalooza. We actually had our other friends with us, if you couldn't tell by the vlog. So they came with us, and we were in a bigger group, which was really fun. Honestly, I highly recommend.
Yes, shout out to Naomi and Adriana.
Yeah. I think that going in a group is a lot nicer. Honestly, I would do it again. I think it was really fun, depending on the artist. But our first thing on our list for Lollapalooza when we got there was to get merch because last year, and these are things that we learn along the way because you learn as you go, right? Last year for New Jeans, it was our first time, so we didn't know that merch really existed for idols, or not just idols, artists who go to Lollapalooza. And the New Jeans merch was so cute. It was so but the line was so long. It was so long. So I would told them our first priority is to go to the merch line to get merch from Stray Kids because I wanted that really badly. And
for the viewers,
this is, and then the back, which you can't really see. Girl, I can't do it. He's trying to force me to break my back. Anyway. Yeah, just look it up. I'm not
you can look. There's going to be a lot of people out there.
It literally just says Stray Kids and then Lollapalooza under it. It's nothing big, but...
And then there's a white one, also the same thing.
Yeah, the white one. We got that. But honestly, surprisingly, I don't know if they just handled it better, the lines. I think they handled the lines better this year than last year. Because last year was crazy. The lines were not great. This year, the lines were a lot better. And we got there really quickly. And we got our merch that we wanted.
Yeah.
And they didn't sell out, so that was great. The guy who was there was maybe flirting with me. I don't know.
It was weird. I was like, what is he talking about?
I had no idea what he was saying. I was ignoring him. But apparently my other friend, Naomi, was also being flirted by. We got split up in the line, but hey, I mean, I guess we were looking good that day. I don't know. I was only there for 8 men. I don't know what you're talking about. It was not
8
you.
Korean men, and it wasn't you. And you weren't on the list.
Yeah, you were not on the list. Oh, there was a girl in front, and I think she was going for Stray Kids, and her shirt said, my boyfriend is on stage. It was so cute.
It was so funny. Yeah. Shout out to that girl if we ever find her.
I
but
don't know where you are, but I loved your shirt. But after the merch, what did we do?
We went walking to the stage, to the VIP section.
Did we?
No, we took pictures.
We took pictures. Because... hello, cute pictures. Last year we didn't take any cute pictures because these girls didn't want to, and they were being little prunes.
We just wanted to get in line.
Honestly, I didn't even get any pictures with them either. You see in the vlog.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know, because like you were taking pictures with your friends, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to take.
So, y'all are awesome.
I took a picture with by myself.
I know.
Well, me myself.
They didn't take any pictures.
Me myself and I.
So that was anyway. We took pictures because we were like. Take pictures for the Instagram post. So yeah, we did that. We hung around a little bit, and then I was like, let's go to VIP because I really wanted to like try to aprovechar. How do you say that?
Like
take advantage.
Take advantage of VIP because I knew we weren't going to stay there very long. Because, okay, so I knew that a lot of stays had gotten VIP. I just didn't know how many. And I didn't know how full it was going to be. But I also wasn't going to go run. I wasn't going to go run to VIP because it's VIP. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sorry, it's not going to go like that.
She's like, what?
Well, her ear was kind of weird, but
What, babe? Oh, she's so cute. Sorry, guys.
anyways,
I wasn't going to go run to VIP because it's VIP. Who runs to VIP?
I mean, there was this one girl, but you know,
She ran to VIP?
she was like speed walking,
Girl.
like hardcore speed walking.
You could probably see videos if you look on TikTok, videos of people running to GA, obviously.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
Someone
my
like
gosh.
2 people dropped their phone and they looked back but kept running. I'm like, how are you gonna take videos? For real, somebody. What are you gonna
What's
do?
the
with your
purpose
phone?
at that point? Not to be rude. But
Just
like,
live the moment, I guess.
live
but
the moment, I guess.
You need to record some of that.
I did do a lot of living the moment. A lot of the videos
Oh
I
my
have are
gosh.
Michelle's videos
Yeah.
because I was going a little crazy and then my singing was just disgusting and everything was just bad about
I mean,
my
I
videos.
was trying to live the moment, but then as soon as I got that one interaction, I was like, wasn't recording. I was like, forget this. I'm just gonna record the whole time.
Michelle said
No.
she needs proof.
Yeah,
I do.
In the beginning, I was like recording, and then I got that one interaction, and I'm like, oh my god! And then
Well,
I was
people
like,
are probably wanting to know how did we get so close? Like, we're over here
Beat
talking
somebody
about
up.
it. So
I'm about to.
If you go to see the videos, you'll see how close we were. Okay, I'm not gonna put them in here, but go look at the video. Go look at the vlog. But once we went to VIP, we ate some food. We used the restroom, filled up our water bottles because hydration is key.
Yep.
And again, I want to remind everyone, this is our first time seeing headliners. So ultimately, we didn't really expect to stay all day at the stage. And this was our first time staying all day at the stage because New Jeans was at 5.
Yeah.
So they were like halfway through the day. So we didn't stay there like all day, right?
yeah,
This time we stayed all day.
all day. Yeah,
After we ate, we did our stuff. We went to go see the first performer and also just to see an overview of what it looked like, how many people were there. We went there and there was already a lot of people at VIP. Granted, GA was already full, right?
Yeah.
But VIP, because okay, so for Lollapalooza, they have this side on the side of the stage. Oh, another thing that I really want to know. Sorry, I feel like I'm the only one talking, and I really apologize.
okay,
no,
yeah.
no,
It's
it's like
fine.
you're explaining it really well, and I feel like
Really?
if I like explain it, I'm gonna explain it like super long. It's gonna take like 50 hours, and it's like I'm so sorry.
So
explaining
wait,
the
let
whole
me do it
detail.
again. It's
It's like, oh, well, okay, never mind. Hold up. No. It's gonna be like, if you guys ever seen, what, Buzz Light? No, not Buzz Light.
Buzz Light. What?
No. What's his name?
That's Bud Light.
No, what's his name?
You mean Buzz Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear. That's his name.
The robot.
Yeah. Sorry, my dad had a beard.
You haven't seen the little robot that's okay, how do I get there? And they're like, okay, so you take this and then you go.
It's like,
here.
oh wait, no. Let me go back
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Oh.
And then towards the end, like the end credits, he finally explains the whole thing. That's me. That's gonna be me.
I remember.
Like explaining everything.
Yeah.
From the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Yeah.
She said Buzz Lightyear.
Well, because my dad, okay, respectfully,
Light.
my dad has a beard in there, and it's Buzz Light. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
It's Bud Light. It's not even Buzz Light.
Bud Light.
That's what I just said. No. Comment down if you heard me. It's Bud Light.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's the low voices.
I didn't hear. Okay.
I'm right here.
Behind you.
No,
For real?
don't
I'm
do
right
that.
behind you.
All right, continue.
Where was I? I can't remember.
You were explaining the stage.
Oh, so VIP has a stage designated for VIP right next to the stage. Mind you, one thing that I want to, speaking of Bud Light, we were at the Bud Light stage.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Sure. Where's your mind at, Kelly?
Not here.
For real.
Anyway,
It's off in that Lollapalooza moment.
in Bud
For
Light.
real.
Anyway, but we were at the Bud Light stage, right? It's a Bud Light and then the T-Mobile on the other side. T-Mobile is the bigger stage. Stray Kids didn't perform at Bud Light. That was Megan Thee Stallion. No, not Megan.
SZA.
SZA. Was it Megan Thee Stallion?
Stray Kids didn't perform in T-Mobile. It was SZA.
Yeah.
Stray Kids performed
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Light.
And Bud Light doesn't have an extended stage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last year they did not have an extended stage.
Yeah,
and
no.
previous years they have never had an extended stage. That was my fear this year going to Lollapalooza, that they weren't going to have an extended stage. That's why I didn't have high hopes for going to VIP very early, because there was only like a certain amount of people that would I've been able to see Stray Kids very close. But then after doing some research, like days before, like a day before, because we went on the second day, so people on the first day had already started seeing videos of the Bud Light stage, and I noticed that the Bud Light stage had an extended stage, and I was like, wait, they don't have an extended stage usually.
Yeah, but before that, I told Daniela. I remember telling Daniela, I manifested all this. If you know what that is, you know.
So you know.
You know. Anyway, I was telling Daniela, this was last year when we left Lala. I was like, we're gonna go again.
Yeah.
I bought all these stuff, and I'm like, we're gonna be going again. And Daniela's like, sure, whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, Stray Kids is gonna go. And then Daniela's like, no, stop, no, they're not. And then they came out, and boom. And I was like, Daniela, I think they're gonna have an extended stage. And she's like, no, because that's typically T-Mobile. I'm like, no, but Stray Kids tends to like do that. But she's like, no, because in the other performances they didn't really have one.
The reason I said that is because Lollapalooza Paris, when they went last year, Lollapalooza Paris didn't have an extended stage. Granted, I guess it is Paris, but still, I was like really expecting them not to have an extended stage because all things said no extended stage, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when we saw that they did have an extended stage and we went to go see, I'm like, wow, they do have an extended stage. And so we were really excited. So when we went, there was already people there. There wasn't a lot of people, but there was people. So we went, and honestly, I took a video of the view, and it was a nice view. Even if we would have stayed, we were at where we were at to begin with, which we didn't. But if we would have, I think it would have been a good view anyway, but we wouldn't have gotten the interactions that we got if we would have stayed there.
Yes.
I was not content for the view that we were
Obviously
at.
not.
I was deeply upset.
But
So-
hashtag to us being Latina and being loud.
Oh, honestly.
We'll get to that point.
We'll get
Well,
to that.
when we get there, but when we got there, we were like, okay, vibing, and honestly, we realized that the first performer wasn't going to perform for another hour, I think, and I was like,
Yeah.
dang.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't want to leave the spot because we started to notice that more and more people started to come.
Yeah.
And I was kind of getting a little scared. I'm like, dang, if we leave now, we're going to lose this spot. So I'm like, let's just stay here. And just like, oh, well, we had prepared for that anyway. And my friends had already known too. I told them like ahead of time, I'm like, hey, if we get a good view, I'm not moving from there if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Luckily they were supportive and they just went to go do what they needed to do. They had a great time, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
at least that's what they said. They better not be lying to me. But they had a good time. I mean, they went to go see their artist that they wanted to see. They came back with us a couple times here and there. But as the first performer started to perform, we saw a lot of people, actually. We saw
Sundial.
Sundial,
Wildorado.
the Wildorado. I've never
That
heard of
was-
them, but their songs were really good.
They're
Yeah.
really good. Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Sexy
I was vibing.
Sexy.
Yeah, we saw
And
them.
then Love.
Oh, Love. I think
Love.
it's Love.
I know it's
She said
lofty,
it.
but Love.
Yeah, it's not lofty. It's
Yeah.
Love.
Love.
Yeah, she said that. She was like, my name is Love. And I'm like, what?
She has a twin. I didn't know that.
I knew that, but I didn't tell Daniela because I was
Yeah.
like,
That
whatever.
could've been her twin.
Because
No.
originally, the reason why I really wanted to go is because of her. I love her music. Her music's so nice. It's really
very
mellow.
nice. Yeah, it's very classical, but also not. It's like classical turned into kind of like Gen Z music now. It's just like not classical, like old classical. It's probably like newer
Right.
classical.
It's like more modernized.
Modernized,
Not
very
just-
like lovely romantically. I don't really know, but
But I was
it's-
having a
it's-
grant because I also wanted to see Sexy Red because
Yeah, they were excited for Sexy Red.
Yeah.
yeah, it was Naomi was there too. We were
That's where I
like,
got
hey.
lost in the back, by the way, y'all.
Yeah, if you go back to that vlog, you'll
Yeah,
see.
you'll see really what I explain really well what happened there. But basically, as the performers started coming out, performance by performance, and they had like an hour break between each of them. And mind you, as the time kept going closer and closer to Stray Kids performing, I don't know if it was just me, but I just kept getting more and more exhausted, more and more tired. Honestly, in
Yeah.
Leve, right before Leve, I think that's when I started thinking to myself, like, I'm literally about to pass out right now. I'm about to
Yeah.
pass out. I literally cannot do it. And it wasn't even like I was going to pass out. It was just really like, if I sit down, I'm not getting back up. Like,
Yeah.
I needed my feet to rest. My feet were killing me.
I got dizzy.
I was exhausted.
Yeah.
It was the heat, too. I mean, we got really bad sunburn. You could probably still see it.
Oh my! For the viewers,
Oh boy, you can still see that.
Oh, you can still see Kelly's. Kelly's got really badly burnt for some reason.
A free tattoo.
Yeah, we got really badly burnt. I got like a whole line on my calf because of my boots. It was really bad. The sun was so bad.
Dude, it was
The
really
heat,
bad.
Oh my gosh. I felt so sticky. Like people around me, I was like, ugh. My hair was so tangled by the end of it. I was not looking cute at all when Stray Kids saw me. But you know what? It doesn't even matter.
But I thought it was so funny because during one time the sun was going down and the buildings like blocked the sun, and we were like, yeah, no more sun. No,
Yeah, we
more
were
sun.
cheering.
Yeah, and then we're like, wait, not until tomorrow, but right now, no.
Yeah, for real.
No, literally. But eventually, after the performances, obviously, I'm not gonna lie, when Stray Kids popped out, those thoughts
Energy?
left
Oh,
my
yeah.
head. Those thoughts left.
Yep.
I was fine. Also, the sun was down by then. Yeah, when Stray Kids performed, it was like basically dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
It was dark.
Which for other performances, I know for their London one or their Paris one and their Italy one, it wasn't Paris maybe, but the other ones weren't dark yet when they performed. But basically, what had happened is that every time that a performance came, we got closer and closer. And that tends to happen in GA anyway.
Yeah.
But in VIP, that happened as well. We got closer and closer. People were being a little annoying, I'm not going to lie, Stay specifically, by just getting in. Entremetiéndose in to try to get closer. And I'm like, we're all here to get closer, okay? First of all, we're in VIP, you'd think. But no, we were all.
Yep.
And obviously I was getting a little upset because, like, why are you coming? We thought that they had someone up there because usually you let people pass. But they just stayed up there.
Yeah.
And it really got us a little upset. So we started kind of doing the same thing a little bit, but kind of, especially these two, they ganged up on this one girl.
Oh, girl, let me tell you the experience right there. So this one girl, her and her friends, they were Hispanic, by the way. They were Hispanic, right? Because they
Does
look.
she have friends? I think it was just
no,
her by herself.
she was by herself, but she made friends.
The
with
one
those
with
girls.
it was the one with the blue and all that and the little braids. The one that passed by, the one that I got scared of.
Oh, yeah.
Her. She was the first one.
Yeah, she was.
She was the first one. That girl, and it was like 2 or 3 other girls
Yeah.
behind
it was
her.
like, yeah.
They literally went in front of us and they went over it. And I thought, like you
Me
said,
too. I thought they were going to someone, but
yeah.
then they were like kind of just standing there, and then they eventually just stayed there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
because I heard them say, this is a good spot. And I'm like,
I did hear them say
Yeah.
that too, and I was like, are you
girl.
for real?
and
I
everybody, the thing is that everybody let them in because they thought they were with someone.
thought they were with someone else because usually if you were, we would let people in because we thought, you know.
I mean, because it's like, that's why you should make friends with everybody there
Yeah.
because as soon as they remember you, you go out
That's
back
why-
in, they'll let you in.
That's
Yeah.
why I started talking to people because I remembered the 2 girls in front of us. They were like talking and whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't let people go in." And I was like, "Oh dang! If they don't remember who we are and we don't talk to them, they're gonna be like, we don't know them." So then that's when I started. We had these little fans for the viewers, and like whenever I would see them like get hot, I would like get the fan and like, "Oh, is this okay?" And, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, "Yeah." And then when they would pass water, like, "Oh, do you want water?" Yeah.
See, the one thing I did respect about them is that they did take care of each other. Like
Yeah.
everybody took care of everybody. Oh, you have snacks, we have snacks. Do you want some? Do you want water? Fans, everything. Like we literally, even though some of them were annoying, we did take
Yeah.
care of each other.
We did, and I think that was really helpful also when it comes to letting other people in because people got out to go get food and then we would let them back in because we recognized them.
Right.
And even they would ask if we wanted something.
Yeah.
While they're leaving, do you guys
Yeah.
want anything?
Yeah. Like they would literally go buy it for us and then
like,
come back with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for like that you wouldn't have to pay them back or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I also felt bad. So I was like,
Yeah,
no.
I was like, I don't have
I
money
was
to do
staying
that.
strong because I was like, no. But
Water.
towards, I think it was during Sexy Red, right before Sexy Red performed, my 2 friends came back. Mind you, this was 2 performances before Stray Kids, so it was pretty packed already.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty surprised they squeezed their way in here.
No, I hear Naomi, guys, and I'm like,
Naomi? And I was like, what are you doing there?
I know, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was at that point too. I was in the back and I was divided by these girls for some reason. I don't know. This always
They
happens.
like went in between.
This always happens. Also for the Rose last year at Lollapalooza, I also got separated, but that was because of the fan situation. Hate her. And if y'all watching this, I don't care. Go. You recognize me. You see. Anyway. So I got stuck back here, and my friend Adriana came over with me, and so she stood next to me, and then Naomi went over with Michelle and Kelly, and we were just enjoying Sexy Red, and I noticed, I don't know how, but Naomi like squeezed her way in front of like them two, and she was so close to the stage. I realized, because I'm seeing it from afar, I'm like, dang, Naomi's really close to that stage, and I'm like, but she's about to leave, and so I told my friend Adriana, and I was like, dang, I'm about to be like, Naomi, stay there so I can go take her spot. before she leaves.
But
And I was really hoping that she had the same thoughts so she wouldn't leave. But luckily, she did have the same thoughts. So I know that Michelle told her too that that if you could.
I was trying to figure out how to get Daniela up here too before you leave.
Mm-hmm. So what happened is that it was like halfway through Sexy Red. Sexy Red wasn't even done yet, but I think Naomi just wanted to leave, and our other friend as well. So she like turned around and she's like, "Hey Daniela, you want to switch?" And I was like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. And so I told my other friend, and I was like, "Hey, she's leaving. I'm gonna switch her." She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So I go in and I'm like saying, "Excuse me," and this girl's like. She didn't even move. And I was like, she's just looking at me. Like, she moved a little bit. And I, like, stepped in. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to go in there. And she's like, oh. And then, like, I see you guys calling me.
Yeah.
And I think Naomi even pulled me.
Yeah, she grabbed you.
And she, like, pulled me in. And, like, we switched then. And that's when she left. And, like, I think they all saw and realized. But, like, I don't care because, one, I was with these two. And, two... My friend, she's like, leaving, so
so it's like it's not even like bad because you're just switching.
That's I mean, she was already there.
It's not like you're adding another person in there. No, you're switching. So I'm like, whatever.
And then I also try to make it very known that like obviously they were my siblings and I was with them. I was just trying to get in here.
I know.
Go. Okay, oh my god, first one. Y'all cutting through, and I didn't get
girl.
Wait, what first one?
The braid one. Oh, because I was having this conversation with Naomi about this.
Oh yeah.
So when we were, I was having this conversation after those girls went and crossed and stood there. And everyone was mad. Naomi said, I was talking to her about the topic came up about last year. I said how last year I got upset because I went to basically we got barricade for Rose, but there was this one girl that snuck up and be in front of me and basically was saying that she's like, oh, help me please, like I need to get in here, like I'm dying, I'm gonna pass out, like I feel like I'm pass out. I loudly said as I was talking to her, and I know those girls were staring at me hardcore.
Oh yeah. And then that's when I butted in too.
Yeah, I said, nah, girl, if you're going to pass out somewhere else. Go die somewhere else. I don't give a damn. I will step over you. Move. Like, I don't care. I don't care what. No. Go die somewhere else. Those girls looked at me. Their face were like.
I know. And I was like, yeah, we went through barricade and everything. Don't you think I'm like, we played soccer. Like, we were like tough and everything. I'm like, I don't care. And I'm like, if there's a minor, Michelle, don't fight anyone. I'll fight them.
That's when I said, I'm like, the only reason I didn't fight her is because she was young. She was like literally 16 in her teens. Like she was 16. Yeah. She literally was talking about, I don't know who, about her professors or whatever, or her teachers. And I'm just like, no, I don't give a damn. Now I will beat someone up. And those girls, ever since I said that, they backed away.
They backed away.
Yeah,
they left.
Pretty behind.
No, because like, literally after Sexy Red, when she was done with her performance, everyone was ready to fight somebody.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Everyone was ready to fight. They're like, no. We saw like multiple people. There was this one specific stay who like ran in all the way to barricade, and everyone was like, no, get her out. And they were like, get her out. Get her out. And then the staff member, one of the Lollapalooza staff members, came in and was like, you need to get out because these people are not going to play with you anymore.
Like, they didn't really get her out either, though, because I guess she was saying stuff. And, like, I understand her because, like, I think her argument was that it's VIPs, first come, first serve. I can, like, I paid the money, like, just like them to be here. But like, girl, you just cut a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
But she did end up backing up. Like, he said, okay, well, you can't be barricaded, then you have to back up. And she's like, okay, fine.
Oh, everyone.
At one point, At one point,
once he left.
Yeah, there's couple that was like, she like stayed in front of this couple, and they were getting mad. Shout out to that guy. He was wearing the Changbin one. I commented. I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And he's like, thank you. And I'm like. And then I realized, I'm like, oh gosh, he's the guy who was ready to fight that girl. Oh, yeah. So basically what happened was that she was like standing right in front, and he was like, oh, heck no. Yeah. So him and his, I don't know, friend, girlfriend, someone, like went in front, and she was getting ready to fight. And he's like, oh, heck no, you can't do that. Like, cussing everything. He was like, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. You got all these people. You don't think that I spent my money? We spent all the same amount of time, but we were here longer. It's not my fault you came here late and you were doing who knows what. And she was like, but I was watching you perform. And he's like, I don't care. All those people in the back, they did the same thing you did. So they're in the back, and then they kind of like left it there.
No, I'm pretty sure he pushed her too.
Yeah,
like yanked her.
Yeah, he was like he grabbed her and like
grabbed her and like.
And then they went
her.
in front, and I'm like,
and I was like, gosh.
I know, I was like,
couldn't be me. No,
I know. At one point, she was getting close to us, like to our side.
Oh yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's that one girl. And then she was kind of like embarrassed a little.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, it's that one girl who cut in front and blah blah blah. And she almost got kicked out, and then she started going back.
Yeah, she started kind of going back. She had a hat on, and I saw her eyes. She wanted to cry. I was like, girl, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
don't know what
I'm
to tell
like-
you.
Yeah, I feel bad, but at the same time, it's like you can't expect people to be
We're
nice
at
to
that.
you.
The point is that at that point, people are ready to fight
Because
And they
we've
do not
been
care.
Especially if you're so
the beginning.
close. Like we're literally performances away from Stray Kids, and what my thought process was is I kept looking on the other side at the GA side, and I felt so bad for the stays who were like there from the morning, and slowly they kept getting pulled out because they needed medical attention, and we were so close. Like I think it was like right before Stray Kids performed, LeVay
Yeah.
had just finished. I saw like 3 people get pulled out of GA, and I
Yeah,
was
because
like,
they couldn't do it anymore.
I felt so bad. I'm like, girl, I literally in my head, I'm like, no, just a little longer. You were
I know,
almost
it's like,
there.
you were
No,
so close.
no, but shout out to the friends that went with them.
yeah.
No, yeah,
They
no.
were like, bye.
They
we're
would
leaving with
leave their
them.
spot just to go with
Yeah.
them, and I'm like, girl, I would have been like,
Like
Yeah,
there was
the
this
GA
one guy,
stays?
that got pulled out, and then there goes the friend behind them. I'm like, oh, shout out, because I would have been like, nah, you're by
yeah,
yourself.
she
Yeah.
really lost her spot for him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, granted,
Yeah.
good
I
friendship.
mean, not
good
gonna lie, for
friendship.
you guys, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. But
And then, literally right when they pulled him out, and then all of a sudden everyone was like, yeah. I'm like, who are we cheering for? Who are we cheering for? It's JYP. JYP.
I know,
Dude,
I whispered, I was like, it's JY Poppy.
I was like, JY Poppy, and I think I saw like
I did
Yeah,
see someone,
I did see people.
but I,
I
didn't
saw-
know who it was.
like I think I saw them. Like I saw him, and then I
Yeah.
saw people. I'm like,
I didn't see
who
him.
is that?
I didn't
and
know
then
who it was.
everyone was like, it's
Everybody kept
JYP.
saying JYP. I'm like,
And I'm
JYP?
like, and I was like, JY Poppy, and I was like, Daniela, it's JY Poppy.
And I was like, JY Poppy?
Oh, mind you, we were like the only ones that were excited to see JYP because
yeah. A lot of the people around us were baby stays.
So they don't really know the full. Like, granted, Stray Kids, you'll see some members don't really favor him, but at the end of the day, he's the reason they became Stray Kids.
True.
So it's like,
the people around us were baby stays. If you don't know, basically baby stays mean they just got into Stray Kids,
like literally,
which
a
I thought
year
was
ago.
kind of not wrong, because like you have the right to be there too, but it's just kind of annoying to know that a lot of these baby stays are the ones that are in front and not like stays who've been there. You know what I mean?
Also, there were a lot of older people, like
There was a lot of older people too, and I'm like, that's kind of concerning, but
yeah.
like 30
like
plus,
older
40
people that are
Yeah.
stays, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also like, these guys are like my age. I'm like 24, so
Except for one, but
one is her age. One is her age.
he's
so,
my man, so back away.
yeah. So
If you know, you know.
you know, go. You know what? Go look into them if you want. But
Bark.
yeah. So literally, I guess right when Stray Kids was about to perform, we all like got really excited. We got up and we scooted up as close as we could, but not enough to like squish each other. Squish each other.
Yeah.
So we had enough space. Everyone had enough space, and I looked, and I think I was like, "Oh my gosh, the stage is right,
Dude.
there." Like I could literally probably like touch it if I would scoot. There's like
Yeah.
2 people next to me. Okay, barricade right there. 2 people next to me, like 2 people, like a couple people, and then 2
Yeah.
people. Like it was like that close. Like go see
Yeah.
our videos.
If anything,
and
it's
it
like
was-
from like there to here, a barricade.
Yeah.
For you.
yeah,
for
it
you.
was right here. Like I was
Yeah.
right there, and you were right
Yeah.
there. Like that's how close I was to barricade.
And then I was next to Daniela, but towards the end, I ended up being behind Daniela because Michelle was
Yeah.
trying to fight another girl,
Oh,
which I
yeah.
was also trying to fight. So shout
I
out to
mean,
Michelle.
there was a
'cause-
lot that was happening right then and there,
Yeah.
but before all the fighting began, because that fighting happened during Stray Kids performances, we were like Stray Kids was about to perform. I'm like, oh my god, I made it, and oh, mind you, if you were wondering where our friends are, they're watching SZA.
They're on the
having a
other
great time.
side.
We were communicating by text, so it's fine, but. We were about to start, and I remember telling the girls next to me. I made friends with my bestie over here in front of me. I don't know what her name is. I don't know where she's at in life. But if you see this,
Hashtag
hey,
she
what's
was
up?
the only one there alone.
Oh, she was by herself. So I mean, but she, I told her, I literally was like, "Who's your bias?" And she's like, "Felix." I'm like, "I'm not gonna judge you if you go Pharaoh for him. Just know that I'm also gonna go Pharaoh, and I want everyone to know right now we're all in a no judgment zone."
Yeah, and then everyone else around us was like, no judging whatsoever. And obviously, it's their first time seeing Stray Kids, and they're like,
Yeah.
wait, so how many of you have seen them? And it was just us 3, and
Yeah,
then this
us
one
3.
girl who went to Korea to see him
Yeah, she went to
perform, and I was like,
Korea.
dang.
I'm like, girl.
But she went to like,
the other girl also went to London.
yeah,
she did. Yeah, she
that
went to
same-
London too.
Oh, that was the same one.
The same
went
one.
to
I didn't
Korea
hear when
and
she
She
said
went to
that.
Korea and the
She
London
went to a
one.
fan meeting
Yeah, the fan meeting.
concert. Fan meeting.
She
concert.
has money.
She
I
does.
know.
But, you know, she's also a teacher, so I'm like, how are you doing it?
Really?
Where is she teaching?
I don't know.
Wait, the girl with the hat?
The one who's Lino.
She's a teacher.
Yeah?
She's a teacher.
Dude, she looks like my age. No way.
Yeah, she
She
is.
actually looks younger than me.
I know.
Bro.
I was like, but she's a teacher. She said that she teaches this to her kids and whatever. I'm like, period.
That's crazy.
I
Dude,
know.
I
And
should
I'm
have got
like,
her contact and everything. Be like, yo, where are you teaching?
I know.
real. For
But
you to
she
be
was
able
just
to travel.
saying it, and we're like, yeah. It's like no judging zone. They're like, no. And then they're like, so how is it? And she was like, well, I haven't really seen him that close, like this close.
Yeah.
She was, her view was kind of close, but not that close.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, oh, have you guys? It's like, oh yeah. And then one of the girls was like, so how was it? It's like, oh, it's real. I'm like, you're gonna be like, wow, this isn't real. And then that's when we were like, no, it's not real. Like you think they're not real, but then you see them like super close and you're like, oh my gosh, they are real.
Like, granted, none of us had seen them that close. Like, we saw them that day.
Yeah.
We could check that off of our checklist. But I never seen them that close. We've seen them close enough, but not that close. Like, close enough to realize that they're real and they're humans. But not close enough to see, like, the little mole that Sigmund had on his arm that I saw.
Or like freaking
Right, yeah.
Like, I couldn't
Felix
see,
shirtless,
like, their sweat,
lying out.
like, literally everything defined. No. But yeah, we were all no judgment, so we were all just like, be prepared. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
And like during the performance when they came out and everything, and they were getting close and whatever, and they went back. The girl was like, one of the girls was like, kind of still like in shock, and I'm like, it's nothing like you believed, right? And she's like, dude, it's even better. I know. And I'm like, HD and everything. And she's like,
when they first came out, the girl next to me, the girl with like longer hair, the hat. When they first came out, because if you see the performance, the thing drops, the curtain drops, and I see them, and I'm just like screaming, and I turn to her, and she turns to me, and we're just screaming. And I was like, I told you. I was like, and they weren't even close yet. They were far away.
they were still far.
Yeah.
But then
they didn't get close until like a couple performances, but still, even then, we were excited.
And then they came over and we're like, oh my god!
You can see my camera. I literally I went like that. I should probably do this because the mirror. But if you go like, I went like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, let's go back. I was like, because it was like.
Yeah, you're like recording. I was like, no.
I got distracted because I was like, oh my god, they're really right there.
Yeah.
Also, they kind of stared at one point when they did the little turn head, so I think I got a little nervous. But.
It's because of me. I'm so sorry, guys. It's because.
And then you have this girl yelling her lungs out. She's literally yelling. You can hear her in my videos.
Dude, yeah, I recorded it.
Yeah,
I recorded this one instance where she screams her bias's name and the bias smirks and smiles. She literally but the problem is that I look back in all the videos and I started looking at it slowly and then hearing it, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, and then I go and show her and she starts flipping out.
Well, because at the moment you don't think anything of it. You're like, oh my gosh, she turned. But it's like also like whatever.
Yeah.
No, and it's not for us to have like a pick me moment. It's not like, they noticed us, like, because these were baby stays. Not only were they just recording and not cheering, they were cheering the wrong names.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
they were.
So at one point, my bias was, I'm just gonna say names. If you know, whatever.
Right.
At one point, it was Changbin, and I was like, Changbin, woo! And then Felix was coming, and I hear this one girl, Hyunjin. I'm like, who the where's Hyunjin?
And he's on the other side.
Yeah. And I was just like, whatever. I'm like, Felix. Yeah. And then he turns and he points, and I'm like, yeah, Felix. And then he's like this, and then he starts singing. I'm like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I have that video saved. It's recorded, but I'm not going to show anybody because that's me gatekeeping.
Also, the one moment that had the interaction that I did not record, was Hyunjin. He was actually bending down and taking a drink, and when he was doing that, literally, I kid you not, was staring straight into my eyes, into my soul. And it's not because I had a pick me moment. Okay, Daniela was recording, but she didn't get because I was far kind of away from Daniela in a way. But since I was tall, mind you, I was the tallest one there. They're all like her size. So if y'all seen us in real life, they're her height, me. And not only that, when I recorded, my phone was flipping high for no reason. But anyway, point is that this man looked at me, and as he was drinking, he kept looking at me. I was just like, I was not recording anything. And I made faces. I was like, oh my God, why are you staring at me? Like, why? And then he blessed me with his holy water.
He blessed all of us.
Dude, they were throwing water like there was no tomorrow. Honestly, it felt good,
so
but
much.
there were times where it really hit me in the eyeball, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I think one time the other girl, the teacher, we got sprayed, and we're like, I was like, well, that was nice. And she like, yeah, I think so.
No, at one point I was like, yeah, and then he sprayed it, and it went in my mouth, and I was like,
I don't know where that water's been.
I was like, they always, but like, no.
You know why it should be gross? Because they always take a sip before
they do.
Like, okay, I I know I'm a fangirl or whatever, but I'm not that gross, and I'm just like, ugh.
No, they always took
Yeah,
it.
they do,
No, that's why I was making the face.
Right, and I was
'cause he
like,
was drinking it, and that's when I realized, like, oh my god, you're gonna throw out. But I made a disgusting face. I was like, oh, you're gonna throw that. He did. He purposely threw it. I was like,
That's
oh
nasty.
no.
I know, and
That's
then,
so nasty.
One of Michelle's bias, he threw the water, and I knew it was coming. I was just like, and it like landed on my lip, and I was like, it's just gross. I don't know. That kind of grosses me.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how long this video is, but
Yeah, me neither. But okay.
Oh well, it's okay, but.
we don't want to make it too long because we can
Hold
go
up.
on.
One last experience. This was another one with Felix. It was funny. So I wasn't recording. None of us were recording.
Yeah.
But at one point, that's when I was in the back. I was behind Daniela, but I was still a little bit visible. Obviously, there was a space between Daniela and Michelle. So I was in that gap. And all of a sudden, we had mini little light sticks.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I had a little mini light stick.
Well, I'll talk about it because it was me who pointed it out.
No, this is a different.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
the Lino one.
Oh, okay.
So I had a little light stick right here, and I had my fan because it was hot. So I was like this.
Oh yeah.
So then I was just like this, and it looks like I'm flexing. So
Yeah.
I was just like this, and then all of a sudden I see Felix coming, and I'm like, yeah, and then he's like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm like,
That
I'm
wasn't
not
meant
even
for you,
flexing,
buddy.
but yeah.
I think he thought. But I guess
This is cool.
two things to end it because we are kind of like a lot in time and we can go on and talk about freaking Stray
True.
Kids for
Yeah.
days. But just two things to end it because these girls talked about their YN moment. I only had one YN moment, and then the last one that I have was really to like kick it off at the end. And it was my only YN moment. And if you don't know what a YN moment is, like your name moment, just go look it up. The first one was during the concert. I wasn't recording, but me and Kelly had baby light sticks because I wasn't about to bring my huge light stick because one, I was scared that it was going to break. I was scared that they were going to steal it, and I was just scared in general. I didn't want to bring it. So I had little light sticks. We had little tiny light sticks. And
I didn't bring one because I forgot the battery.
yeah.
So
I had a little light stick, and I'm over here swinging it. And I didn't have a camera. I'm just enjoying the moment. And I see Lino come, and I think he sees my little light stick. Call me crazy, I might be Delulu, but
No, I saw it. I saw
I
this
have my
whole thing
little light
happen
stick, and I'm just like waving it, and then
because we're like at this point we're next to each other.
yeah, me and Kelly are next
So
to
we
each other.
both have
we
the
have our
light
little
stick.
light sticks, and you can see us.
But
We're
he's
close
staring
enough
at
to see
Daniela.
us.
I can see that he's staring at Daniela.
I do see him stare at me, but I'm just like, maybe he's not staring at me. I'm like, maybe I'm just crazy. I was just like, yay. And then he just like laughs, and then he turns around and he like talks to Changbin. He says something to him, and they both look in our direction
Yeah.
when we had the little light sticks. And I was like, oh, are they talking about
So
us?
we kind of like slowed shaking.
Yeah, we slowed it down a little bit, and they like, I think they smirked or laughed. I can't remember, but
I think they laughed. They laughed a
basically
little.
noticed our little light sticks. I think at least that's what I want to believe.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of eye contact there, so
Oh,
that was
that
crazy.
was crazy eye contact.
Dude, the
With
eye
you.
contact that was crazy.
It was so
Sometimes I
crazy.
was just like, oh my god, are they staring at me or are they staring at somebody else? I'm like, but then I had to remember, like, I am just like two people from
Away.
barricades, so they
Yeah.
definitely
At that
saw.
point I was kind of 2 people away, but then I
yeah.
became 3
also
people.
the thing is that because that selfie that you took, remember, it's also you put it on the vlog, right?
What's up?
The selfie where you can
Oh,
totally
the stay who took the selfie.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, yes. But not only that, I remember it wasn't that. It was the video that Lofty.
Yeah, Lofty on TikTok.
took pictures. Yeah. No, we were 100% noticeable.
Yeah, she took somebody took a 360 of her while she was singing in her TikTok. If you go see it, if you stop it at the right moment, you can see us.
You can tell. It's
You can see us in the video. Like, you can see us right there on barricade. And I'm
But
like,
I was in the back behind this one girl because she like entremetió.
Yeah.
So I was getting left behind. But then when Stray Kids came, I went in
yeah.
front of her. So
Yeah. But you could see us there. But you can even see it. Like, we took a selfie with Stays, and they were the ones in barricade. So you could see it. And it's in our vlog. You can see it there. But we were
The only
pretty
reason that
visible.
you can see us though, and I have to say this, is that because literally everybody around us were white or white skinned, and we were extremely burnt and dark.
We were very dark.
we were,
We were
dark.
very noticeable.
As you can.
Yeah, like that all over her body, like she was tan.
It's
Like we were all tan.
Yeah.
I was the darkest though.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
She was
But
very dark. I don't know if it was the orange dress that you were just wearing.
was I
maybe?
wearing? I wasn't wearing an orange dress. I was wearing a dark dress. Oh, but it had orange flowers. Remember, it was a dark one. Yeah, I was
don't
just
know.
very
You
I don't
dark.
know how you were
Burnt.
dark. I don't know.
But now you're not that burnt.
yeah.
No, it's because I burned like that day, and then I
I think it was just that day. But
Must be
anyway,
nice.
to end it, because again, we can go on for days. Just to end it,
Yep.
my last experience.
Sorry.
This was all of us, but technically me. The Lollapalooza had ended. We were exhausted. We met up with our friends at our meetup spot. We were leaving the festival, and we see people kind of like lined up, I guess, to see Stray Kids leave. And Stray Kids, or idols in general, they leave in like these big black vans.
They look like the
vans.
Amazon vans, but black.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were waiting for them to leave. And I'm like, why are these people waiting for them? So we were just like, let's just go. So we're like going under so we're going towards we're in Grand Park in Chicago, but we're like leaving, and we're going under this like bridge area. It's very hard to explain.
It's underground Chicago.
Yeah. Our parking where we were trying to go was underground, and we're trying to find the entrance to it. But we were like kind of norteadas. We were kind of lost. We didn't know where we were going.
Again, we were in the sun for like who knows how many hours.
Yeah,
and we're just so tired.
We were just walking, but we saw them all sitting there, and we're like, okay, they're probably waiting on Stray Kids to leave. And we're walking. We saw a paletero. We saw an ice cream man, and we're like, ugh. But Naomi wanted some ice cream. I'm like, yeah, she bought us an ice cream. I'm like, oh, thank you. Honestly, it was really refreshing.
Yeah, it was super good.
So we were eating the ice cream, and we're about to cross the street. There's this guy. He was like being rude. The crosswalk guy, whatever. Point is that we're crossing the street, and then we cross the street again this way, and we're just like standing there because we're so lost, because we just don't know. It was like an intersection, mind you, underground. Okay, an intersection under the bridge. And we're just waiting in the corner of that while everyone's trying to go places. And there's like, I don't know, but there was a lot of traffic. There was a traffic jam, right? And I'm just standing there waiting. And honestly, this could be a Delulu moment or what. I'm not trying to be that person, but come on. I have witnesses, okay?
Yeah.
My friends,
Yeah.
we were all there. Our
We were
little
all
group
there.
was all there. And all of a sudden, we see this black SUV bus passing us very slowly. And
It stops like right there.
well, it doesn't stop yet, but as it's coming, you can see like a lot of, I'm assuming Koreans. They're Asian, right? Koreans in there. And I remember Naomi was the one that pointed out. She's like, "Hey, look, it's a bunch of Koreans. That's probably your men in there." And it's going right, and it stops right in front of us. And tell me why? I don't know. The staff member, I guess, was recording.
Yeah.
He's just recording us, and it's so dark in there that I can't see anybody but the staff member because it's the light that's hitting it. But I see a lot of people in there. You see like heads. You see emotions, and I don't know why my first thought. This was me. Okay, let me reenact what was going on. I'm just staring hardcore, and I'm like, who's in there? And I'm like, whatever, Daniela, this is your time. If they're in there or not, or even if it's JYP, I'm like, I just go like that.
Waving, and then I saw this all happen because I was like, kind of behind Daniela.
Yeah.
And
Mind you, I was the only one that waved.
Yeah. So then I was looking at them with like a what's going on face, and then I look at Daniela and I'm like,
No, I turned around. I waved, and then I turned around.
and I said, who are you waving at?
And I was like, I don't know.
And we just kind of like
Yeah, we
just,
just
like
like
laughed a little. And then that's when we were like, Michelle was trying to cross, and she was like, "Are we crossing or no?"
And now
then
it
we
looked
were
like she was trying to get in the SUV or like fight the SUV. And the
Yeah.
guy is still recording.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, literally, this is me. I'm like, you're in my way. Are we going? Are we not going? Like,
they're like, this girl does not care.
no. And the whole time, the dude in the flipping is.
Like just
I'm
recording
like,
us.
I was like, I'm not trying to like. He's probably to get evidence. Like, oh, they're trying to attack us.
Honestly, maybe.
I was like, no, so you're in my way.
I'm like, listen, sir, you were just in our way. We didn't know where to go. Also, I didn't know if you were Stray Kids or not.
No, but the problem is that I saw the dude recording, and even though I have bad facial recognition, I did.
No, yeah.
I thought it really looked like one of these managers from Stray Kids, and I even looked it up and I showed a picture of them, and I'm like, this is what the dude looked like to me. It looked like it.
Yeah, and we were like,
But
yeah,
we
he
don't
does.
know.
We don't know. Honestly,
don't
I don't know. To this day, I don't know. Only Stray Kids know. If you see this, was it you? I don't know. It was me.
It was the first van because when we were leaving,
Oh yeah,
There
when
was
we were
another
leaving,
van.
there was two other
we
vans.
saw two other vans.
So in total of 3.
Of the black vans. So obviously,
It's the first one who left. So
Yeah.
y'all can confirm, please.
Or like
Yeah.
stays if like you have any videos, put them on TikTok. So
no,
we
the
can
problem is I
find
don't
out.
think anyone did
I didn't
because
see anyone. I
no
tried
one-
to look and I didn't see any.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just waved at them, and Michelle said that 2 people waved back to me in there. So I don't know. People that were I don't know, honestly. Only they
They
know.
also waved at us too when they were like, but it was like in the back corner. Those
Yeah.
two, they were. I don't know who they were,
I
but
did
they were
see a
waving.
silhouette, but I was like, who's that?
It was like the silhouette of them, and they were kind of like going like this. And I'm just like, I can't see you. I can only see this manager right
It's
here
like I don't even
recording
know if
me.
that's you, but
Mind you, we had switch out of our outfits because I was wearing like a tank top, and I we switched out because we were hot and exhausted, right? So we switched out into our merch that we bought. So I was wearing this shirt exactly,
And I was wearing the white one.
Mind you, on the back it says Stray Kids. When I turned around to say I don't know to Kelly, obviously they saw the Stray Kids, so they obviously know we were fans because we had the merch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know who it was, but there's my Hawaiian moment and my little moment that I don't know about and they don't know about. I can't really confirm it, but
Not until one day we
until-
meet up or something.
I might ask. Maybe I should ask one day, but
Yeah,
until
like on a
then,
live or something, be like,
it'll be in
Who
my
knows if
head.
they'll remember?
I don't know.
But yeah.
They meet so many people. It's like whatever.
Well, I guess we'll end it here because we talked a lot and we talked on and on. We didn't really have a layout for this video at all. We were just kind of talking, but hopefully we'll be back again. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, next week we'll come back with another podcast and we'll be better about our schedule. But again, no promises because
We have lives.
we have lives. But other than that, Kelly, I'll let you.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while. So please follow us on YouTube, our podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. We have one. What other social media? I think that's all the social medias.
All of the social medias would be linked down below anyway.
Yes.
So,
So please go follow that, listen to our podcast, and hopefully we post more. So thank you so much for watching, sisters.
talk.
Chisme.
Bye.